anymore. I want them to turn back.
All right, a quick update for our Wheaton Warrenville South Sports Cast fanatics before we officially get into the episode. This is Mr. Brennan here, business education. So I was not officially a part of this episode because I was working the football games here at South on the night of September 10th. We do have an update for you since the podcast was recorded before Friday night's varsity football game. Wheaton Warrenville South was able to successfully defeat Duquesne Conference rival, Duquesne Conference foe, St. Charles North by a final score of 12-10. So Luke and Sam, they did an absolutely great job here on this episode without me, and really proud of them, really proud of the final product that came out. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, this rendition. We did a few things different, and go Tigas. And actually, a quick shout out to some of our Wheaton Warrenville South sports marketing alumni that I've taught that were huge contributors in this emotional win over St. Charles North. Matt Summerdike connected with a very critical third down conversion. He connected with Danny Healy, wide receiver, to help put the Tigers in a more convenient scoring position. And then big shout out to Ben Berkeley of 7th period sports marketing this semester with the game-winning field goal. All right, that's it. Enjoy the show. And once more, go Tigers.
What's up, Tigers? Welcome back to the Wheaton South Sports Cast. This is episode 2 of season 2. Let's go. I'm Luke Richards.
And I'm Sam Michalak. Due to scheduling conflicts this past week, today's episode is going to be audio only.
And I know that makes you guys really sad because you love seeing our beautiful faces, especially Sam's smile. I mean, it's like sunshine on a cloudy day. And also, Mr. Brennan will not be joining us today as he is currently working the sophomore football game.
He's with us in spirit. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and apologies for the late episode, too. We still aren't quite sure if we're going to do it every week or other week.
Well, we are busy people, and obviously as South athletes are busy as well, so scheduling is a nightmare as of now.
But anyways, with all that being said, let's jump right back into the past week. And so this past week actually has been full of South sports. On Saturday, we had a cross-country meet for both the boys and the girls in Hinsdale. And so the boys team took 2nd in open and freshman, 5th on varsity, and 8th in the sophomore level. And girls went 12th in varsity, 4th in fresh soph, and took a big old W in the open.
The girls tennis team won on Wednesday against St. Francis.
Wheaton West hockey team, which is South and North combined, actually beat Edwardsville this morning.
I'm actually going to stop you right there. The Wheaton West team is West Chicago, Wheaton North, Wheaton South, St. Francis, and Wheaton Academy.
So there's like 5 different schools?
5 different schools.
Nobody ever told me that. Okay, jeez.
All right, the boys soccer team lost their match to Glenbard East Saturday, but tied with St. Charles North on Tuesday.
That's a good comeback there. And I know what y'all are thinking. Yes, the football team did lose to Neuqua Valley this past Friday. And so that is not a 9-0 season. I'm sorry. Don't sue me. But I'm calling it's an 8-1 season now. Perfect. We'll have a perfect conference record. Yeah? Yeah? That's right, Sam.
Girls volleyball went 3-0 this week, bringing their overall record to an astounding 10-2. Speaking of girls volleyball, we might as well bring in our 2 guests. Today we have Reese Kelly and Darby Harris from the girls volleyball team. Welcome. Introduce yourselves a little bit and tell us what position you play.
So I'm Darby, and I'm a setter. I was a libero for the first 2 years of high school, but I've been playing volleyball forever. I played with school since like middle school, but yeah. So basically, I'm the person who sets up all the hitters.
Yeah.
What's the difference between libero and setter? What's the main difference?
As a libero, I was wearing the different colored jersey, so I was like receiving the other team's serves and attacks. But as a setter, I'm taking like the second contact on our side.
So as a libero, like because you're wearing the different colored jersey, like is that like does that mean you like can't spike it or something? Like what are the rules with that?
Kind of. So like there's some rules with being like if I were to jump an attack as a libero, that would be illegal because I'd be like above the plane of the net. So there's like some rules like that, but basically as a libero, it's just all defense.
Okay. And Rhys?
Okay, I'm Rhys. I'm an outside hitter, and this year I've been playing DS. My height really doesn't help. But I've been playing volleyball since like 3rd grade. Darby and I actually started on the same team, so I'd like to say that.
Yeah?
Yeah, lifetime. And what exactly is a DS? Is that?
It's a defensive specialist, so I only really pass, but sometimes I hit like, have you ever seen me hit back row, like
Yeah,
the 10-foot line? Yeah, I do that.
Okay, so I was actually wondering, I'm sure you guys know this, I sure don't. How exactly do the rotations work? Because I play volleyball with my friends sometimes. Me and Sam will go out and play volleyball. And we just do that thing where you have 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and you just go in a circle. Mm-hmm. But from the games that I've been to, like, you guys have this weird old form. Like, how exactly do you, like, rotate?
They do the clapping in the front.
Yeah, okay, sure.
What is that?
Yeah.
Actually, you have to do that.
Yeah, it's
to.
some sort of superstition. But basically, you can't, like, you have to be, like, in your 3 in a line where you rotate in a circle until they serve it. And then after they served it, you can move to a different spot, like, within either the front or the back row. So you can't switch between the two, but you can move around, like, sideways, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right. No, actually, I guess that does make a little bit more sense.
Easy enough.
Like, you can stack, too.
Oh, and you can stack them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, tell us a little bit about how your season's been this year.
It's been good. It's been really fun. We've had we have a lot of younger players this year, so it's been a little new to all of us, especially since last year was kind of a weird season, but so far it's been fun. We're just hoping that we can start winning some matches in 2 instead of 3.
Yeah.
I mean, also, haven't you guys, like, beaten basically the number 1 team in the state twice now?
Yes, but I think by now they aren't the number 1 team
Oh,
in the state
okay.
anymore.
Well, why? Because you guys are the number 1 team in the state now, right? Yeah?
Well, so it depends on what website you look on.
Okay.
But we're, like, somewhere between 5th and, like, 7th.
And first.
So, yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
In your standards,
By the
yeah.
end of the season,
You guys are
Yeah.
number 1
In
team.
the sports
okay?
cast.
Yeah. All right, so how exactly is the season different from last year?
So last year we had no playoffs, so that was kind of a bummer.
Sad.
And yes, and last year we obviously had of like the starters, Lizzie was the only person who left from last year to this year. So our team is almost the same, and then we gained Lauren Coyne, who kind of is filling Lizzie's shoes, and she's the super tall lefty freshman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so other than, I feel like this year the biggest difference is just that we have playoffs to look forward to. So.
Talk to us about COVID. Like, how is it different in terms of COVID regulations?
I feel like all of us are a lot more, like, determined in practices and in games. Like, oh, wait, do you mean, like...
I mean, like, how are your games looking different?
So, we finally get to do, like, we sit all together on the bench.
Yeah.
We did, like, we can shake hands now.
Okay,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
We can do the national anthem.
Oh, yeah. Why do you guys swing your arms during
Is that a
the
volleyball thing or is that a South thing?
I'll be honest, I came in freshman year, I had no idea why they did that, but they did, so I just kept it going.
It was a little rough at first, but...
Yeah, a lot of people start the swinging too early, but I fixed it.
Okay.
I feel like... I mean, that's kind of it. Like, besides...
Yeah.
Did you do, for basketball, we did 2 tickets per player. Did you guys have something
Yeah.
similar at least?
Yeah, last year was like that, and a lot of our away games, they didn't let, like, away parents come, so that was kind of tough. And, like, the live stream was never the same.
The
Yeah.
live streams are
the live
terrible.
stream's bad.
So.
Do they still have the live stream?
I think they do. I'm pretty sure
I think they do, yeah.
All right, you were both part of the 2019 state runner-up team. Tell us what it was like to be a part of such an accomplishment.
Yes,
It
it
was
was
fun.
literally, it was super surreal. Especially like the super sectional match that got us to state in the first place was probably the biggest match, and that just like, especially ending on such a long point, it just was it felt like straight out of a movie. But it was probably like the best weekend of high school.
Yeah,
being
that's
in
like
state.
month. Like,
Oh yeah, the whole like the whole road to state
It's so
too was
fun.
awesome. And even though we lost to Bennett in the end, we made number 1 public school in the state. And
Okay.
yeah, and this year we're hoping to take another stab at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. So do either of you play like a club volleyball travel team? And like, if so, like what team are you on?
I used to, but I retired in high school.
Retired. Okay.
Retired club player.
I play at Sports Performance or Spry. and I've played there for a long time.
I also have a question about that. Why do they call it Spry? Like, what
I
is
wondered
that?
that too.
Exactly.
Like,
Where does the Y
Yeah.
come from?
It's an
I,
it's
right?
an I.
But where does the I come from?
That's a good question. I think that's another thing that was there before my time.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
All right, so the stereotype in basketball, or for like AAU, which is our club, is that you kind of play more for yourself during AAU, but then at South, obviously, you play for the team. Is volleyball similar to that?
I feel like at South, it's definitely more about the team, just because it's the people that you go to school with every day, and things like that. But club is also, in volleyball, I think a lot about the team as well, because at club is where a lot of recruiting happens and stuff like that. And so kind of progressing as a team and is important. And a lot of times you'll have the same like general group of girls on your team every year, so you get closer to them there. So I feel like it's more about the team in high school and club.
Yeah, I agree. Like I was saying earlier, like the whole attitude of the team like shifted this year, and I think it's even though we have like good players, it's also like super essential that we play as a team, because we could all be really good, but in volleyball it's so important to all play together. So
Yeah. And so Darby took a little stab at this earlier, but who are some of the key underclassmen or juniors whose hands you will be happy to leave this program in next year?
Well, one of the other captains, so Taylor and me and Becca are captains, and Becca's a sophomore. So she's somebody who's definitely stepped up and taken a lot of responsibility, and she's also playing out of position. So she's usually a setter.
Okay.
But this year she's playing, and last year she's played outside hitter. So she's kind of taking one for the team in that sense. And then we also, there's
Lily King, who's a junior, and she was a setter too, and she hits right side.
She's the one that like smacks it
Yeah,
down
she
crazy
has
hard.
a lot of
doesn't she?
power.
She hits really fast.
That's
Yeah.
nuts. That's terrifying.
Her serves are
Glad
crazy.
she's on our side.
Yeah.
And then you got the tall lefty freshman too.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm super excited to see where she ends up.
We also have Kelly Cortez, who is hurt, but she'll be important
She'll
next
be
year
back.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
I'm sure a lot of people know the answer to this one, but are either of you looking to play volleyball in college?
Intramural.
Yeah. There we go. I like it.
So I'm committed to play at Rhys, which is in Houston. But yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That deserves
Holy
a
cow.
round of applause.
All right, just so the Sportscast audience knows, besides Mr. Podkai, who has been your most loyal fan this season?
I probably would have to go with Sam Michalak.
I would have to go with Sam too.
I think he hasn't missed a game. I think he's been a huge part in leading the student sections. So yeah.
And second place for Luke Richards, right? Yeah.
Second place, maybe Luke Richards.
Probably Luke Richards.
I don't know about that
Yeah,
one.
Maybe
that's what I'm
third
thinking. Maybe third. I'm top 10. Top 10.
Sure.
That's the deal.
Top 10 fans.
Is there anything else you guys would like to add before we close this up?
We just like to say thank you to all of the fans who've come out and support us this season, and we're hoping for more to come, more people to come.
Especially Sam, right?
Especially Sam. If you miss a game, we're gonna
Then
be
you're
really
gonna
sad.
lose your super fan title.
Oh, man.
But yeah, the more fans, the more energy, the better we play. So
Yeah, and we're excited to take another stab at state and hopefully get back to Redbird.
knock on wood.
That's a doorstop right there for all you
That's
for all you
real.
listeners. Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys so much for coming out and talking to us.
Yeah, scheduling was definitely tough this week, but we appreciate your flexibility and patience.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Of course.
So, anyways, there they go. Sorry about that.
Now looking ahead, there's a boys cross country meet tomorrow morning at Lake Park, which Luke will be running in.
And I will be 100% winning for sure
In the open.
in the open race. But definitely look out for some of those varsity runners. We got a good team this year.
Yeah, Wheaton West Hockey plays tonight, actually, during the football game, and then tomorrow morning.
And girls volleyball, who we just talked to, has this weekend off, but they'll be picking back up with a tournament on Wednesday, and they play Elgin on Thursday.
The girls tennis team has matches against St. Charles East on Saturday, Glenbard West on Monday, and St. Charles North on Tuesday. So if you're ever looking for something to do, there's plenty of girls tennis matches to watch.
And tennis matches are fun to go to. Like, definitely go to some tennis matches if you got the time. Boys soccer plays in the PepsiCo tournament this weekend, and they also have a match at Geneva on Tuesday.
The football team plays St. Charles North tonight, and the theme is USA. Good luck to them. I'm not sure when this episode will come out. Hopefully tomorrow morning. So we'll know the results by then.
This is the 8-1 season. Don't let me down, Tigers. And knock on wood. Thank you. And again, thanks everyone for listening today. Feel completely free to reach out to us if you want to be featured on the Sportscast.
And if you see us in the halls, let us know how we're doing. We're obviously new to this entire process and open for feedback.
And I think that's all for now. Thanks for listening, Tiger Nation.
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers.
Woo! Woo!
I look inside myself and see my heart is black. No colors anymore. I want them to turn